How is your day going? I tried taking a shower, I tried washing my hair, and the kid woke up like as soon as I poured shampoo on my hair. You know how that goes. So, and my kid is sick, so I was up all night. I fell asleep around 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm spent. I'm so tired. But my friends were over this weekend, and they were venting to me about their issues that they had with their parents. And I didn't grow up with my parents, so I don't really feel like I have issues with them, which is, I guess that's weird to say. I feel like I dealt with my issues. You know, I felt like I guess was truthful and honest with them, you know, or at least with myself. So I was just like thinking like, gosh, like I hope my kids don't say things like this about me when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're okay. They're looking at their show. So yeah, my weekend was spent. I am tired. I don't really feel like making a video, but I was thinking, I only have one story time about my father, my biological father. And he was really, I don't have any memories of him, you know, when we were little, but he left my mom when I was like 5 or so. So anywho, when I was in 6th grade, I tried to rekindle that relationship. Like, I did everything I could. I sent him a Father's Day card, and I used to call him like on my way back home from school. I had a 2-minute walk home, like 2 minutes. And like I would run home to look at Passions, and then I would look at Arthur, and then I would look at Jerry Springer, and then I would look at Bill by the Science Guy. I had no parental supervision. But I would it was just a 2-minute walk home. So I would just run home, and I would just say, hi, how are you? And that was it. It was a very strange conversation, very short, but I guess it was something. I was trying to build a relationship with him consciously. You know, I was a kid doing this consciously. And my mom one day decided to drop all the charges of, you know, whatever he had, and also child support. He owed like $60,000 in child support then. So my mom wanted to drop it, and she came down to visit me, and I was excited to see her. And I called my dad, and my mom has always been honest. Like she tells me things about circumstances and about like, you know, money and everything. So I knew what was going on, and I called him and I told him, hey, aren't you happy? Like, 'cause I'm happy. And I said, my mom's gonna drop the charges. Aren't you happy? And he lost it. He was just yelling at me, just so upset. And like, I was just really shocked because I never seen any side of him besides very just calm, how are you? And that's it, you know? So I was shocked, and my mom happened to walk into the room while I was talking to him. Is the show over? Hold on. Okay, where was I? So my mom walks in, you know, while he's yelling at me, and I'm just like total shock, like total like disbelief at what's happening. And I really didn't understand why he was yelling at me, because I was just being honest, you know. And so she walks over, she puts her face next to the phone, and I put it on speaker, and he's just going off like, you ain't my grandma, you ain't nobody. And I'm like, you know, so I just kind of say, okay, all right, okay, bye, you know. My mom did not drop the charges. And fast forward years later, right? I am graduating high school, and I don't know how this happened, because my graduating class was like over 1,000 students in Brooklyn, New York. And the counselor, we only had one counselor, and we hadn't had a counselor before her for like 3 years. So this lady was stressed. She was stressed. I mean, she walked in stressed. She walked out stressed. You could tell. Like, if you just imagine the face of stress, that's what she looked like all the time. There was a line of students in front of her office at 7 o'clock in the morning before she walks in to like start her day. She left like late in the evening. So I don't know why I was there, because I never got in trouble or anything. But I happened to be there, and she happened to know my name, which I was like, how do you know that? So anywho, she was like, hey, Rachel, did you apply to colleges? I didn't see your not resume. I didn't see your application. I said, no. She's like, why not? And I'm like, can't afford it. So she made a way. God bless her. She made a way. She found some fund and, paid for me to apply to some colleges. It was really God's grace. And well, I got accepted to one, and that's the one I went to. I don't remember if I got accepted to more, but it doesn't matter, does it? Anywho, I tried applying for scholarships and this and that, and it just wasn't working out. And after financial aid and everything, I still had to pay $2,000 for one semester, and that was a lot back then. Mind you, I'm like approaching 30. I'm in there. So, gosh, my dad happened to, want his freedom back again at this point. And he wanted to visit my brother, who got deported back to Guyana. And, he was using that as his reasoning. And my mom found a new love interest, and she was trying to get married. So they were at, two places where they wanted to actually, have a actual divorce, So I was the mediator. And my dad was like, he'll give her $16,000 to drop everything. That's as much as he could possibly give her. And so I said, hey, look, Mom, there's no way he's going to give you $60,000. He doesn't make that in years of working. Like, he just doesn't make that much. So it's like, you take the $16 and you just settle with it and, buy yourself something nice, And she said, okay, she agreed. So when I was telling him, I was about to say 16, and it just slipped. It really slipped. And I said, in 2 seconds, I said $18,000. So, yeah, that's how I got my $2,000 to go to college. So I guess that's probably why I don't feel like a resentful thing. I feel like everything works together for good. If you do the right thing, and it would all work out. And I felt like, that was your purpose in life, to give me that $2,000 so I could go to college. And I mean, I got my degrees, I got my husband, and from my husband, we live in a beautiful area, and we have 2 kids, and I feel like that was a part of it. I have such a wonderful, not a wonderful life, but I have something that is valuable, and I'm really blessed to have it. And so, I just think it all worked out. And I feel like sometimes someone's purpose in your life is just that one thing, and that's it, and that's all. And you will never get anything else out of them, and that's okay, because that was it, that one thing. But look how it changed the course of my life. Oh, I was going to get kicked out. My grandma was going to kick me out, because that's who I was living with since I was a kid. And, she's like, done with high school, you're getting kicked out. So I had nowhere else to live. So, I mean, God made a way for me to, have somewhere to live. But it really did transform my life, Well, I was talking to one of my friends, and she was saying, was there a moment that you knew that you chose to be a Christian? And I was like, yes, because it was the same walk I had to go to school. I mean, the same walk to go home from school when I was in 6th grade. It was It was the day after Halloween. And I lived in Brooklyn, New York. And a lot of people ask, oh my gosh, how did you survive? Well, I had a German Shepherd for, I guess 50% of the reason how I survived. I had a huge German Shepherd. I mean, she was my protector. She loved me. I had to go to Pennsylvania for a week, and my grandma gave her away. And I was like devastated. And I know that I couldn't look for her. I knew where she was, but I knew that if I went to see her, I would just die. Like, I would literally die. So I, tried to not go to see her or be around her because I couldn't do anything. I was so helpless, So I was walking home from school, and I was like, I don't have any form of protection at all, and I was like, I was thinking, like, should I join a gang? Should I do this? Should I do that? Like, what course should I take? And something in my heart said stop. Like, it was just like very silent. It said stop. And I was walking, and I just stopped walking. And I swear, there was an egg that flew from a window right at the foot, like, not on my feet, but right next to my feet. Pretty much the next step I would have taken, I would have been hit by an egg. But something said stop. And I stopped, and I listened to it. And I swear, it was like the Lord telling me, follow me and I'll protect you. Like, since you have followed me, you have been protected through everyone and everything. Like, God has protected me. So I guess. Yes, here you go, honey. Go give one to your sister. So the vibration. So yeah, that was that moment where I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a Christian. I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to serve you because you have protected me since the day I've asked. And yeah, and I guess I've always viewed the Lord Jesus as my father. I've always viewed him as a father figure. So I don't have any resentment. I don't have any anger or anything like that. How we get all deep into this? Like, we're really deep into things, aren't we? My gosh. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have daddy issues. I feel like I had mommy issues, but then I talked to my mom, and now we're good, We're just very honest with her, and that always helps. So, thanks for, like, hanging out, chilling with me, talking about our daddy problems and our mommy problems, but yeah, that's it. And I really do believe that God uses everyone, even if they're not doing the right thing, God will still use them. And even if it's just for that one moment, it may change the course of your life. So, just always do the right thing. I really believe that. I believe that it always works out if you do that. So just chug along. That's going to be okay. Yes. And I guess now that I'm a parent, you really want to give your parents grace because you want that grace, because you just don't want your kids saying things that, when you tried your best. And I know, like, with my kids, I definitely have tried my best, and we'll see how it works out, won't we? All right, well, thank you again for joining me, for hanging out. This is not a planned segment. I just kind of talk and just hang out. I don't have time for all that. We're just hanging out, and I'm just telling you a quick story. No, just chilling. Just chilling. That's it. Nothing stressful. So, have a good one.